Hope everybody's doing good. We are out here for those of you guys who are involved with Connects or know anybody in Connect. You guys know we're out here at the retreat in Hawaii. I'm going to turn you guys, I don't know if you can see in that room back there behind me, but we got about 100 people in there out here at this wonderful place in Hawaii. You guys think we're like spoiled because I think the last time we did one of these, we were on a cruise ship. But we're here in Hawaii with a lot of the Connect people. I'm just realizing I didn't brush my hair this morning as I look into my picture here, but a lot of really exciting things are happening in the ecosystem right now, but it's specifically with Element. Um, I'm going to be called on stage here in the next few minutes. I don't know when, so I'm going to go as long as I can. As you can see right now, behind me there, that's Tony Swantek up on stage, and Element's next. So I don't know how long he's going, but because we're about 3 hours earlier. And so anyway, I was supposed to go on at 7 and then it got pushed because everybody's out networking. But anyway, so what we've been working on for the last for quite a while now are our just building all of our products. And so we have a lot of press releases that we've been building because all of us are anticipating this run that we're confident is about to happen. And so we're kind of prepping for that and preparing press releases. We've had a lot of really fun and exciting things that you guys know about, but nobody else knows about them. And so things like our partnerships, our relationships with the mining companies, with jewelry stores, with just different groups having to do with carbon credits. And so we have Amy and Paul have taken a lot of time and put together our press releases. Now, these aren't the official ones that are going out, but we wanted to share those with you guys today, just so when I get up on stage here after Tony's done, they want to know what is the roadmap for Element United. And I'm going to be explaining the roadmap of our company by showing them what our press releases are, meaning this is what we have done, this is what we're doing, and this is what is coming. Some of the press releases, are making, future statements, right, that aren't fully put together yet. But we thought the best way to show you guys what we've been doing, what we are doing, and what's coming is to show you some of these press releases that I'm about to announce from stage here. And so I think what we'll do here is I'll have maybe Paul, Amy, Ali, if you guys want to go over some of the press releases so that if I have to leave right in the middle of this update, and it was just crappy timing. Sorry, we're here for like 5 days, and the one time I'm here for 15 minutes. I'm here for a week, but I have a 15-minute window, and it just so happens to happen it's at the same freaking time as our community call. Just weird timing. So now some of these again, the statements are or this press releases are things that are real that we're working on. But again, we've kind of put them in a palatable form so that when we do release it and we get quotes from all of our partners, it'll all be accurate. Right now, some of these are kind of a mock-up, but all the information in it is accurate. So, Paul, why don't you? I don't know if you just want to share the Notion doc, and we start going over some of the press releases. But maybe if you can share and then pull some up, and then I can kind of add commentary to them.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
just
share my screen.
looking out to the left because as soon as Tony's up, in fact, we'll just do this. So when we all see Tony get off the screen or get off the stage, we can.
Let's see.
All right.
Are you seeing my?
Yeah, I can see that's really good. So let's go ahead and just start at the top. As most of you guys know, we have been working with our group out of Tanzania. Elements, our most substantial asset as far as company holdings is our ownership in these Tanzania mines. And we own a substantial section of a mine, and we're going to be doing some things out there tokenizing. But really, the big thing that we're excited to talk about is what we're going to be doing with the government of Tanzania. And what we're going to be doing is is tokenizing the Serengeti. And so not only does it preserve the Serengeti, but it also gives people a chance to participate in owning these Serengeti tokens. And so it's a preservation move, but it's also an opportunity for us to work closely with the Tanzanian government so that they can keep a lot of their own assets, because right now they're basically for sale. All these African countries are for sale to the Chinese right now, because of the ability of the Chinese to come in and mine, to whereas some of these governments in Tanzania, they can't really afford it. And so we are working with them so that they can keep their in-ground assets and keep it for the people. And so we're going to be heading out to Tanzania very quickly to work with the president there. We've got, obviously, you guys know, we've got some really good relationships with Tanzania through some of our partners and our holdings out there. And so that's coming soon, and we're really excited to make that announcement when it happens. Want to go to the next one, Paul? All right, I just keep over my shoulder. Okay. Okay, this is a really good one. This next air, blockchain verification. In fact, I'm going to have Amy, maybe Amy, you and Paul, if you want to jump in and talk about this one. This one is really exciting. Amy, you want to jump in and just talk a little bit about what Next Air is and what it does?
Yeah. So this is going to be for our NFTs. And it's a platform that expands on the Heirloom NFT. It will grow with maybe probate attorneys. It will grow into wedding venues or events. You can access add-on features for your NFTs, such as, I guess, writing services or video services, things of that nature. You'll also be able to NFT additional things if you're using a probate attorney, you'll be able to NFT whatever it is that you need to, say, pass down through the line. Yeah, there it is. Families, legal and financial, museum collectors, luxury goods, valuable assets. So we're building out a kind of a SaaS platform that you will be able to go into, and individuals or maybe agencies will be able to access this.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I think you summed it up great when you said it's expanding off of the jewelry heirloom NFTs, because really the real world asset play in crypto is huge right now. And everything that has substance or meaning should be on chain. It should be, you should have a digital version of it. And anything that if it were to get lost or stolen, anything that means anything to you should be on chain. And so we're going to be taking advantage of this real world asset play in a really big way and creating this this Next Air platform for these NFTs. So thank you, Amy. And then Amy, why don't you stay on and let's go to the next one where we're talking about Identify Earth.
Yes. I'm really excited about this one. So this is where we actually get to see Straya and Core in action. So Core is our in-ground assets. Straya, of course, is our certification, and the two are going to interplay. And Straya will indicate which mines are certified to what level. We don't have any images of it. And we did a mock-up of this website as well. It will indicate to buyers or to jewelry companies, and maybe even to just interested parties of maybe you and I, we can go on and look at what mines are sustainable and to what level and to what certification they've achieved. Core, and I think, are we on Core for this image? I'm not sure. Core will indicate what assets are in the ground, what are available, what you can invest in. You can possibly look as a big time investor, or someone who just wants to invest in small percentages. So that is what I think we're going to change the name Identify Earth to. That was just a kind of a placeholder, but yeah, it will house both of our products.
Awesome. Yeah, this is great. You really have to have the platform in order to really build these two initiatives out. And so having this platform where we can store all of our certifications and this is the transparency part, so that the customers of all these mines, if they're buying from them, they can go in there and they can see where they're at and really see that they are verified by the Straya certification. And from the monetary side of things, remember these NFTs that these guys are buying, they expire. They have to be renewed every year and they have to pay a fee to do it. So it's a big revenue generator for the company. And so if we have thousands and thousands of mines who are certified on this platform, there's annual revenue that comes in every year. And so the goal would be they have to renew their revenue in ELMT. So they have to go into the market and buy ELMT. And if it's a $5,000 or $10,000 certification and we have thousands of mines, it's significant revenue to the company by using the token, going into the market and really having a lot of token utility. But thank you. Appreciate it, Amy. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one, Paul. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so as you guys know, so this one here, this is kind of fun. We've been working with Todd from Gold Rush on doing so he's got a lot of mining claims out in the Yukon, and Element United, the company, is going to go stake these claims and have them be owned by Element. And then we're going to divide up these mining claims into specific ownership NFTs. So now the average, investor can buy an NFT that is representative of a portion of a mine. Again, it's not, we're being very careful how we do it. So it's not a security, but it's individual ownership. An NFT represents a very specific spot of a gold mine. And then, if you hire someone or maybe the mine sells as a whole and then everybody gets their individual piece, but allows us to bring in something new to allow the ability to own a gold mine to the masses. And so this is going to be really great. We've had some great calls with Todd. We haven't signed a deal yet. We're still working on things, and he's got a great partnership with a company that goes in and scans the ground so that you can know and verify what is in the ground so that your individual NFT can be verified and attached to a certification of what is actually in the ground. So maybe I buy an NFT in this specific location that's got a lot of gold in it. That might be an NFT that's a little bit more valuable. Or when I go to sell it, or as the price of gold goes up, there's a lot of options that we're looking at. And working in Africa is amazing because that's where they need so much help, and we're really where we can help them take control of their own assets. But when you work in America and the Yukon, it opens up different opportunities. There's a different level of cooperation that you can have with the governments. There's a little bit more security and safety there, knowing that, when the next regime comes in, they're not going to cancel gold claims like sometimes could happen, in other parts of the world. And so this is a really cool partnership with us that I think is going to open up, again, more revenue streams and give access to people who otherwise would never be able to participate in the gold business. And so we're excited about our partnership with Todd moving forward. So when we'll announce that when the ink is on the paper, but we've been having some great calls and some great talks with him about that. So that one will be a lot of fun. And then there's obviously the ability for us to just tokenize gold mines. There's two plays there when we talk about digitizing a mine. Number one, it's creating NFTs for specific pieces, individual ownership of a mine. And then number two, there's just tokenizing the entire mine and having those tokens backed by a digital coin. And so we'll be doing both of those things in Alaska, and hopefully doing both of those things with Todd. As you guys,
the Rex mine.
What's that?
You're kind of talking about tokenizing mine and stuff. Do you want to talk about
we'll be
Rex?
tokenizing the Rex mine as well. That one will be more of a tokenization play with the Rex mine. They've got a full 43101 already done. This partnership we have with them, we're just going to tokenize. We're not sure if we're going to tokenize the entire mine or just a section of it. And that tokenization will be represented by a token that's backed by the gold in the ground. The Rex mine will be using that to raise money to start the mining process and then do the extraction, where there'll be some sort of redemption where you can exchange your digital tokens for physical gold, which again, great stuff to be able to work with a mine in the US that's legal, that's fully owned, that has no issues, no liens, and that has actual verified gold in the ground. And so again, opening up another really cool thing for us to allow people, the tokenization part of it just opens up so many opportunities for people to participate in gold. Now, some of you guys are thinking, okay, well, that's great, Scott. This is fun, but I don't really have an interest in in owning a gold mine. What is Element? How can Element really affect me? How can I participate in a smaller way? And so if you want to pull up the Heirloom NFT announcement, and so some of you guys know, some of you guys on this call actually bought some of our NFTs. And so let's pull up the one that just talks about our NFT first. Yeah, Elements, first Heirloom right there. No, not the one that says sold out, right there. The one collection.
This one?
Yeah. And so when you're looking at a crypto project, when you're looking at what can blockchain do for me, you have to have something for everybody, something that solves a need, something that solves a problem or improves on something that you're already doing. Everybody has rings or jewelry or at least probably one item that means something to you. And what would happen if you were to lose it or if you were to lose the information attached to it? What we're building out with this Heirloom NFT is a digital version, a digital representation of an heirloom, of a watch, a ring, a piece of jewelry. And in the simplest terms, you can think of it first in the most rudimentary way as a digital receipt. It's a proof of ownership that's on chain that shows that you are attached to this item. But then the metadata that this NFT can contain goes far beyond that. It can talk all about attach the serial number, attach warranty information, history, the insurance information. It really gives you digitally on chain all the information about that piece of jewelry. But in time, because of what we're building out with Straya, we'll have provenance attached to that, meaning where the diamond came from, where the gold came from, that ethically all these things, these rings that you buy and pieces of jewelry, that the components, the elements in them were harvested ethically. That can also be a part of the NFT. And then, of course, all the things that attach the NFT to you right now in the present, like warranty and insurance information, all that stuff that attaches it to you. But really the coolest part that you guys already know, because I think we've already covered this, is what we do for your posterity. The ability to attach story, to make this really unique, to make this NFT and the story of these pieces of jewelry have that story live forever by attaching video and audio to it. And that's really our differentiator. This does not exist out there in the market. So when we think about what's our value proposition, what are we bringing new to NFTs? Not only is the entire industry moving toward, this digital representation, but really by us and the story that we can attach. We've already played Amy's NFT with the watch from her dad. That's really what we're bringing to this, and that's what I'm about to present up on stage here in just a minute or two, is to talk about that. And the good thing is, it's affordable. It tells a story. There's an emotional tie to it. There's a practicality piece to it as well. Everybody realizes that you have to have a digital representation of all real world assets, including, like we talked about earlier, card titles and wills and things like that. But really the story and the ability to preserve, this digital preservation is really what's going to differentiate this and allow people to go out there and sell, thousands and thousands of these things every week. And again, all of these things will eventually need to be purchased with ELMT, creating token utility. And that's always going to be a recurring theme with me, that everything that we sell is going to have to be purchased in ELMT. Because why does that matter to you? Because the more people that are going into the market to buy ELMT, the better pressure that puts on the token to go up in value. Of course, we don't guarantee anything. There's no way, we don't have a crystal ball. But, just basic tokenomics says that there's a lot of people that desire a specific token and are going into the market to buy it. The price of it can go up and probably will go up. So anyway, now part two of this, our next one, is that we created 500 NFTs and those are gone. Those sold out so fast. That was our first minting. We only did 500 of them and it was gone in less than a week. We didn't officially announce it until, just a few days ago, and they're done. And we really, that was really validating to us. We wanted to see, do people want this NFT? And they do. And so now the people who got the NFT, Paul and Ali and Amy have created a document for them on now how do you attach your story to that NFT and then share it. The best way to get people to buy these is to share the story. And I think, you know, in our marketing campaign that we're going to put out here, it's going to be an emotional pool. There's the practical side of it, why everybody must have a digital record of or a digital version of something that has value or meaning to you, but also really attaching that emotion to it and really starting a movement here where we get, you know, millions of people to create these NFTs. And this is something that we did not invent. Many high-end jewelers, high-end watch companies offer this NFT. Now, they don't use the word NFT, and maybe we should stop using the word NFT as well, because that makes people think of something different. If you just call it, you know, a digital legacy or digital preservation, that tends to have a little bit better effect and create more meaning, rather than, you know, throwing people a curveball by using the word blockchain and NFT. And so we'll be careful about how we talk about these things so that we can make sure that people understand and don't get turned off by, you know, they're thinking an NFT is some picture that you just buy that doesn't have any value. These things have a lot of value. And so several other, you know, cool things, obviously a relationship with 250. Ben Wilson, one of the owners of 250, was in Utah with me over the weekend. We were at a football game, and we're really excited to get moving with them to build out how they can offer all of their customers our NFTs for their jewelry. And so a lot of cool stuff coming with 250. There's also one with Osmint, if you want to skip over to the Osmint one as well. Osmint is really exciting because this allows people to go into the market, go into Osmint and buy gold, silver, you know, gold backs, whatever, using the ELMT token and getting a discount on the gold by going through our partner Osmint. So basically the way that works is that Osmint will accept the ELMT token as payment for the things that they sell. And when you use the token at Osmint, we, the company, will send you a 5% rebate in ELMT. So if you go to the market and buy $1,000 worth of ELMT and go buy a $1,000 coin from Osmint, after you do that, we will send you 5% or $50 back in ELMT. So we're creating, through a partnership with Osmint, the cheapest way to buy gold. And so you can see all these announcements as you know, and there's a timing aspect to it as well. And so really what our short-term roadmap looks like is, as we enter this altcoin run, and as we, you know, bring in our funds through, you guys know, through Mitch, we start a marketing campaign. There's going to be a lot of market support that the community is going to be doing for the token. And we're going to be given a steady diet of these press releases. And so it's going to make for a really fun several months as we go through and have the marketing conditions are all changing for the better. All of our press releases, all the marketing that we're going to be doing with announcing all of our products, and the market support from the community for the token. So that's the trifecta. You know, that's kind of the holy trinity of the crypto world, is to do this. And there's no guarantees about what's going to happen, but man, it's going to be a really fun run over the next several months as we deploy and let the world know about what we've been doing in conjunction with the market moving in the right direction, and with the financial ability from the community. It's not Element United, the company, that's doing any of the market support. It's members of the community that are about to jump in big time behind this project and start, you know, with liquidity pools and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, lots of fun things happening. I'm about to go on stage here, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I mean, we're about at time anyway. We didn't announce everything. We'll probably save a couple more of these press releases for a future date. But I wanted to let you guys know that there's a lot happening, that there is serious momentum with us as a company. And we're going to try to time it with this momentum that's coming in from market support from members of the community, and with what's happening in the crypto world in general. So lots of fun things, and everything that I just said, I'm going to run in here and say it all over again to the people who are in this room. But this has been incredible, just being around so many people that love this project, that have put a lot of time, energy, money into this project, and to be with them all week out here. Sorry, Paul and Amy and Ali, that you're not here next time. but we appreciate all of you guys for supporting this project. that's one thing that I'm really grateful for, that I've been able to meet with people here and, you know, look them in the eye, give them a hug and thank them for their support for this project. Many of you guys bought nodes 4 years ago. And in there, you know, I just heard a really great analogy about, you know, we're here, a lot of people are going surfing today. And Trace was up on stage and he gave a really good analogy about surfing, about how much effort it takes to get out there. And one of the lawyers, John Madsen, and I, we went out and we watched a bunch of surfers on Monday, and there was a bunch of kids that went out and the waves were massive. I mean, they were huge. There was some weather we were having, and we saw these kids go out there and they're like duck diving underneath the waves, and one wave hit a kid and threw him backward, and he just got on his board and kept going back out. And they struggled and struggled with one kid. His board washed all the way up to the shore. We were kind of laughing at him. And anyway, they finally get out there, and then they're on these big waves, and they just rode the wave all the way back in. And that's a really good analogy for kind of this world that we're in with crypto. It's a lot of hard work. You're going to get beat up. There's going to be people sitting on the shore laughing at you, and there's a lot of, you know, a lot of pain, and you want to give up. And all the hard work, and you're just like, dude, this sucks, like paddling out here. Then you catch that wave and it takes you, you know, all the way back in. And that's kind of the point we're at. I feel like a lot of the hard paddling, you know, we're almost there. And now we're just kind of waiting for this wave to ride it in. And so it was a really cool analogy being here in Utah, and kind of really applies to what we've been through. And I'm looking at some of the names on here and realize how long you guys have been a part of this. And we are very excited. There's a different feel here. The things people are talking about, it's very different than how we've been talking over the past 4 years. There's movement and there's energy and there's something happening, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's very, very good. And there's been a lot of updates given about Coinbase and Coinbase. Why am I drawing a blank? Coinbase and anyway, you guys know the other exchange. And so the bridges are done. They're Binance. Thank you, Michael. So Binance and Coinbase, I'll just read you. Let's see. We got the updates are kind of happening daily because a lot of the devs are with us here. Let me see if I have kind of the update that we went over with everybody. Okay, all blockchain bridges to Base is 100% complete. Binance is done for 50% of the brands and will be 100% done by Thursday of this week. This means we have our layer 1 blockchain rewards and can also bridge. This came from Right, so I'm just giving you guys, and can bridge to ETH, Binance Smart Chain, and Base. Liquidity pools, trading logos, and press for these projects over the next week. So the bridges to Base is done. I think the Element Binance one is done too. He sent me kind of the little thing showing that now, if you go on there right now, it's not showing ELMT. I think we just have to set up some liquidity pools. But as far as all the hard dev work and all that, that's all done. We have a president meeting in about 3 hours, and I'll get some more updates on there. So anyway, a lot of fun stuff happening. Things are going really well as far as what we've been working on. The things that all the hard work that Amy, Ali, Paul, all the devs, all the rest of the team, things are coming to fruition. There's still a lot of work to do. We're still out paddling out to to catch that wave, but it's coming, and it's been really great to be energized by everybody out here. We appreciate all you guys, love all you guys for sticking with us and taking the arrows and the slings and the ridicule, and we hope all that is going to change very, very soon. So I'm going to head in there, and appreciate you guys. Paul, Ali, Amy, if you guys have anything else, go ahead and jump in, but I'm going to go ahead and hop now because I think I'm up. So thanks, guys.
Oh, I think that was good. I think we'll just end it here. Thanks, Scott.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you at the next community call on November 19th. So thanks.